Let's talk about Criterion. The Criterion sale is upon us. As the time of this recording, it's not here yet, but by the time you're watching this, it will already be on. And Russ and I thought we could sort of talk about that a little bit, our intentions. Maybe we can go in person. We'll kind of come back to you on that. Maybe that's something we'll be able to do and film and kind of make it a whole experience to see if we're able to get the titles.
As long as the proper permits, we're speaking with our local government right now. As long as we can acquire the proper permits, we will be doing this.
Our producers, our tour manager.
Barnes & Noble have been reaching out to us how many times
consistently?
Yeah, I mean,
consistently.
It'll air. First, the one that I'm definitely picking up is Raging Bull in 4K.
Oh! I already pre-ordered that.
You already pre-ordered
I feel like I should cancel the pre-order and then just reorder it for 50%.
I told you, I always do this with Criterion. I never pre-order them. I never worry about buying day one. The packaging never changes, so I just hold off into the sales and make a list. So when Raging Bull was announced, I'm not pre-ordering. I'll just pick it up during the sale.
You give me all these answers, but you ain't give me the right answer.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I did. I pre-ordered it, and I'm hoping that I love it as much as I'm hoping to.
There's no way in hell
thinking
you won't.
Based on all the feedback I've got.
Do you enjoy Robert De Niro?
I do.
Do you enjoy Joe Pesci?
I do.
Do you enjoy them being
Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci?
Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci.
I do.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Raging Bull.
Because I get you both in the ring, I'll give you both a fucking beat, and you both can fuck each other.
My first pick is gonna be Blowout. I've decided I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go for it.
By the way, I didn't tell you this, but I'd like to think this is our finest film.
Now, this won't have been released at the time of the sale. The sale, it's in September. So I'm going to have to pre-order it, I guess.
Do pre-orders count?
You know, I don't know.
The standard blues will be $19.99 and the 4Ks will be $24.99.
Is that right? All right.
What you got next?
Oh, I'm picking up Devil in a Blue Dress. I realized how much, man, I may have even undersold it in our segment.
Yeah.
Great cast. Don Cheadle steals the show.
Yeah, you said that. And I love Denzel.
He's Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel's like Leonardo DiCaprio or something. It's like, even if he's in a shit movie, you know you're going to get a great performance.
Yeah,
he's that good. He is an actor.
You know me, though, don't you?
Well, you ready for my next one? It's another blind buy. And I know that this has already been released in 4K, and I don't know that I care too much. I know Criterion isn't going to release it in 4K probably at this point, but I don't think it matters to me unless you say no, definitely get the 4K. But I think I'm going to take a swing at Crash.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't like saying it's my favorite Cronenberg movie. It might be. When I say David Cronenberg, and I think to a lot of people, I immediately think late 70s, 80s body horror.
Yeah.
And Crash was like, it's not that. It's erotic. Like, I'm not going to lie. And it's in a good way. Like, shit, I'm kind of turned on by that movie.
You coming?
Holly Hunter?
Yeah, sure.
Is she in that too? Isn't she?
No, she is. Yeah, she's great in it, dude. Okay. She's great.
I'll wear a fucking kimono if I want to.
Next, I'm going to pick up the Alexander Payne Election. And kind of what you said, I'm a little worried because this was just released. Is it going to get re-released on 4K?
Yeah.
You know, my history with this film, I saw it once when it came out. I was still a teenager. Not going to lie to you. I think it went over my head a bit.
What?
The mindset I was in, I was expecting a silly teen comedy, and it's not that. And so getting to rewatch it, 20 some years later, I can appreciate the nuance. I can appreciate what it's doing with the characters, the little jokes about morality versus ethics. I enjoyed it a lot more as an adult.
Isn't this exciting?
Next up for me, Russ, again, I just feel like I'm in a little bit of like a trying things sort of mood. Movies that you've maybe said I should watch or maybe I should see.
Your list is fire.
I mean, so far, I mean, I'm again, maybe you need to tell me because this was also released in 4K, but I don't know that I care as much. Maybe not, but Do the Right Thing. I was thinking about picking up.
I knew you were going to say that. I'll tell you this. Mm-hmm. No way in hell you will be entertained. You will talk about it afterwards. It is a movie you have to see.
And that's the double truth, Ruth.
Like, for instance, I'll say, even if someone watches Do the Right Thing and hates it inexplicably, you're going to remember it. You are going to have conversations about it. It's a litmus test almost.
To find out if you're racist or not.
Well, in some ways, maybe subconsciously.
I know it's a very, isn't it kind of a
honestly,
racially
in an
charged sort
odd way-
of thing?
of course it's
Yeah, that's what I mean.
racially
Like
charged.
I don't know too much, but
Good, going cold. And I bet one thing you're not expecting, you're gonna laugh. It's funny.
I should fuck you for saying that stupid shit alone. Yo, man.
And when shit goes down at the end, there's a question that's posited. And the way it's presented to you, it does. In an odd way, your bias may come out in how you view the ending. And it's brilliant. And that's why you're going to discuss it, because it's going to become a discussion greater than the movie itself. And let's face it, this movie is relevant to this fucking day. That is one of the most important American movies ever made.
That's it?
That's it.
I got it. I'm gone.
My number 4 is it's funny, this came out and I forgot about it. Miller's Crossing. And I loved it. I adored this movie.
So cool.
And for some reason it just came and went. I never picked it up, so I'm definitely picking this up. Isn't really your quintessential gangster film.
It's a
it's a
Coen
Coen
gangster,
Brothers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and I don't think you have to worry about this having to be double dipped on, because this only came out on Blu-ray in with a 2K scan or something. And the director of photography or someone that's involved is I guess notoriously against HDR and some of these other things. So there was no chance that I think Criterion was going to get more than what they got. The next one that I got was a movie that I watched one time a while ago and really enjoyed and kind of forgot about and didn't even know that Criterion put it out. And when I saw that they did, I was like, well, maybe I'll revisit this too. And it's a movie called Gomorrah. I remember watching it because it was presented by Martin Scorsese or something. It's an Italian language film, I believe, and it's sort of 3 interwoven stories that all have to do with mafia, mob, stuff that goes on. One is a story about people that are a group of kids that are trying to get into the mob. One's about a guy who's being terrorized by them. One's about, a couple of different stories that all kind of tie together. And I thought it was really, really good. And I didn't even know that Criterion had put it out. I saw it and I was like, man, I might grab that one too. If you got an extra 20 to spend and you're thinking about it, it is a really good gangster movie with a human element.
What I'm looking forward to picking up is Bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
It's one of the few Spike movies I don't own.
Okay.
Especially one that has a good release from Criterion. I'm interested to watch it again. I saw it once when it came out. I had seen it, but it didn't register even to me as a great. So, to me, it'd be in the middle. If I had to rank his films, it'd be in the middle somewhere.
All right, Bamboozled. Well, the next to last one that I have my eye on is Something Wild. I've never owned it. I don't know that this will come out in 4K. If it does, fuck me. But I'm especially after we talked about Ray Liotta, I really just had the urge to watch this movie again, and it's a great movie to
awesome movie.
Yeah, to rewatch, and why not pick it up? So I'm definitely gonna grab that one too. All right, so far I've got Blowout,
I own it.
Crash,
I own it.
Do the Right Thing,
I own it.
Now Something Wild, and Gomorrah is this other random one.
That's right.
Yeah.
I 100% endorse your list. Well, my last pick, as I said, I always try to blind buy one.
Okay.
And usually when I do this, it's an older, obscure film that I want to just dive into with no prior knowledge. This time I'm going with something I am familiar with, 1992's Deep Cover. I'm a fan of Lawrence Fishburne. Who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum?
Ooh, you got me.
I was always kind of scratching my head why Criterion released this in the first place. I didn't even know Bill Duke was the director until Criterion announced this.
Directed by Bill Duke.
Mainly for me, there's the one feature on this release where they talk about the soundtrack, and that's going to get my $20 right there. And honestly, the soundtrack's not that great. It's got some good songs on it, but mainly it has the debut of Dre and Snoop together with Deep Cover 187.
That's all it takes.
That's
baby.
all it takes.
That's all it takes,
they're,
baby.
They're going to give me
That's
a
all I
little
need.
feature at talking to it. Just that song. I mean, there were some other songs that there was another hit on that soundtrack too. Oh, it was Shabba Ranks.
Oh my God.
Was on that soundtrack.
Shabba.
And I want to watch the movie. Honestly, I'm a fan of movies like that, especially from that era. This is 1992. Fan of both actors. Bill Duke's the man.
Anytime.
I'll check it out. I'm probably going to like it. I would be shocked if I don't enjoy this on some level.
Hopefully they have it at the store when we go. And hopefully they have my last pick as well. And that is, I might pronounce it wrong, but I am going to pick up The Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
And I own that already.
Cherbourg?
Cherbourg.
Cherbourg. Yeah,
I always
it's
pronounce
French.
it the way the characters in the movie pronounce
I
it.
feel like I was trying to remember how they pronounce it, but couldn't. But recently watched this movie. You had already seen it, but we watched it for our friend movie night that we do. It was charming. It was fun. It was unique. It was just so different and colorful. And this is one that I think about like, damn, if you guys put this out in 4K, I'm going to be pissed because they're really
immediate in 4K though, with how colorful it is.
That's
and
what
beautiful.
I'm saying. That's
I
why
don't even care. I'll double dip on that movie.
I know.
I own it already. If they put that in 4K, what about this? If you read the synopsis of this, would you watch it?
Probably
and
not.
A movie that is entirely musical, like
in French.
Every line of dialogue is sung. And in French. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's
yeah.
a beautiful movie.
That's why I want to see it again. I want to really I was captivated by it. I feel like there's so many things to go back and revisit it.
The French, they were killing shit in the 50s and 60s, man.
Well, they killed it in this movie for sure, and I'm be excited to pick it up and watch it again. So we will hopefully be back with everyone when we are live at the Barnes & Noble to see if any of these movies are there and available. And if they are, we'll pick them up. We'll do a little bit of a live sort of walkthrough of the building, trying not to get thrown out. We'll do our best, but we'll see where it goes from there.